What's up everybody, NintenKid91 here, and welcome to my channel where it is all about winning. And what I mean by that is all about winning in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare through smart gameplay, smart tactics, and just kind of knowing the maps and what to do. So I'm going to go over that in this video, which is going to be some domination on the map Comeback, which is probably one of the more chaotic maps in Advanced Warfare. It's a fun map to play, but it can be tough at the same time. So I'm going to go over some of my tips, tactics, and tricks, and some things I like to do where you can easily pull off a win in this map. So right now I'm playing with a bunch of random players. I know no one, we're not communicating at all. So I'm just kind of left out on my own as to what I want to do on this map. So basically throughout this gameplay, you're going to want to focus more on the mini map up at the top left. Now right now you can see most of my team is on the left side right now. I'm really the only one on the right. And what I'm doing is I'm positioning myself so that I can make sure I pick off anybody that's trying to flank around behind us. Now, eventually, my team completely left our spawn and raided the enemy spawn to the point where the spawns flipped on me without me really knowing, and I ended up getting stuck and killed from behind. That's going to happen a lot throughout this map, just because of how that the size of it makes people more tempted to triple cap just because the flags are so close together. But by doing that, it's going to screw up the spawns really badly, and it's just going to become very chaotic. You're not really going to know exactly where anybody is. So as you can see right now, most of my team is taking C and we're losing A, so obviously the spawn is flipped. I was just focused on cleaning up those last couple of guys there in the C building before kind of advancing towards A to make sure I can keep these guys from leaving their spawn. Now, if I'm near their spawn and it flips, I'm gonna do my best to kind of keep them in their spawn. Generally, if I end up not near their spawn, my whole purpose is gonna be to kind of control the area between A and B. Specifically on this map, like I said, I'm gonna make sure that I post myself up on the side that less of my team is on, so I can make sure nobody can flank us and get behind us. Capturing B domination on this map, right off the bat, is very dangerous, and it's a tough thing to do. Because A domination and B domination are pretty much spaced the same distance as C domination and B domination, when the match starts, each team is pretty much going to meet in the middle at B dom pretty much at the exact same time, and it's really going to come down to who just happens to be a little bit luckier with surviving the initial rush. Now, in this video, I did rush B. Normally I don't do that, but I wanted to actually kind of commentate on this for the fact of, to show you guys, don't ever do that. It's a bad idea. You're going to get slaughtered. You're better off going around to the side and making sure nobody tries to sneak around behind you, because once you get B domination, you can post up in that room and hold it pretty easily. You can hold the front entrance very well, and it just comes down to making sure nobody sneaks around behind you. And that's where my job comes in. I'm going to pretty much guard our spawn flag and then kind of post up near it in areas where I can see the edges of the map to make sure nobody's sneaking through and getting around behind us. Because if I don't let anybody around us, I'm pretty confident that my team will be able to keep the enemy off of B domination from the front entrance, and that we will be able to easily win the game. So that's kind of what my job is. Now right here I racked up some score streaks. Finally, I got my UAV, which I already used. It's in use right now. And then I have the bombing run as well as the Warbird. The Warbird has the AI customization thrown onto it, so I don't have to control it. And I go ahead and call it in as I kind of flank back here. I wanted to move further into my spawn to use my bombing run, which for some reason, normally I like to angle those straight across the map over A, B, and C, but my controller just didn't work out right there. So that was a bad choice for the bombing run right there. So the enemy's taking C, and I kind of hold back a little bit because we're not really in dire need of C right now. We're fine with just A and B. We're winning 104-30, and honestly, this team has no chance of ever coming back. But one thing I will do is I'll hold back on the enemy flag and just keep people from try to hold them from leaving their spawn. And then once my team kind of swarms the flag area and I get enough support, I'll move in with them to capture it. But I'm not going to go in there on my own, especially if there's no need to, because we're already holding 2 flags and we're up by so much. So just play smart, and it'll help you out a lot. Don't be aggressive and go push a flag on your own when you don't even need it. I know you can get a lot of points from capturing flags, but just wait until the rest of your team comes. obviously throughout this game I've seen that we've been triple capping, so I knew if I just kind of held out for a couple of seconds, the rest of my team would eventually get there and want to capture the flag, and then I could join them. So that's something that you got to keep in mind. Just kind of observe the lobby that you're in and how the other kids are playing, and then just formulate your gameplay around that. And that's something I had to do in this game. Since they were very, very stern on capturing three flags, I had to kind of position myself strategically on the edges of the maps so that I could get my kills and help keep them from leaving their spawn and getting near our side or getting behind us at B. So now we're on round 2 and we're up 135-30. We're completely crushing them. And honestly, we could win this with just one flag. But being that I'm on this team, they're going to, of course, want to go for 3 flags again. So I immediately push the right side this time because none of my team is over here. And when I get here, I kind of creep around here to make sure there's nobody rushing up the stairs. And after I clear that area, I jump up top here and take out anybody that is respawning from dying on their B flag rush on the enemy team. Try to get that guy on the roof, but he was a little too quick for me, so I just decided to move up a bit. Since we have some air support, we have some real heavy cover, and I feel, you know, it's safe for me to move up. Since most of my team is now over at A, they're going to start spawning over here kind of between A and C, but more on the C side where I am. And I see that they're taking C, and once again, there's no point for me to rush that. We don't need the C flag when we have the other flags. So I'm just going to hang out here. I'm in a safe spot right now, and I'm just going to try to pick anybody off, leaving their building to get to B, or leaving their spawn coming into the building that I'm in. Once again, I get another bombing run, and I throw it down on C. And I wait for it to come on in to do some work to see if I can get any points with it. I'm very close to getting my Warbird. I'm about 1 or 2 kills away, maybe just 1 kill after getting those 25 points. So I'm going to see if I can pick somebody off, leaving the C flag, and get my Warbird up. A couple of grenades go off there, so I fall back to reheal to a safer spot. I try to get that guy, but he gets killed. And then I see a guy still at C, so I'm going to wait for him to come around. But then this guy comes around with low profile. So he tries sniping me, and he misses. And I think my teammate's going to get this guy, but apparently he doesn't, and I get stuck and killed, just caught off guard. So I fall short of my second Warbird, but oh well, we'll always get another one in the future. It's not a big deal. We're crushing this team. There's really not much else to do except kind of have fun now. I still want to play conservative though. That's just how I like to play. I practice that in this game. I'm not very big into rushing on this game as much as I used to be, so I'm playing more strategically. And right there, that was a perfect example of don't sprint around corners. Even in your own spawn, you want to be cautious of sprinting around corners because something like that could happen. I have no idea how he sniped me, but he ended up getting me. Luckily, I get some payback on him right there. So that's a little bit of revenge. That's a little sweet feeling. So the game's coming to a close. We literally have 3 points until we win. We've completely crushed this team. We only allowed them to get a little over 50 points before the victory. And we pulled it off, just using some basic strategy, and it worked out well. There's very few times that we lost B. There's very few times the enemy got behind us. Most of the time, we just kept flipping spawns back and forth because of how my team in the lobby just was very aggressive on triple capping. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more Advanced Warfare tips and tricks. Leave a thumbs up rating on the video, and I will see you guys in my next commentary. Take care.